Before we get into making some different creative looks, it's important to realize that color doesn't just affect how the image looks, but it actually affects how the viewer feels when they watch. That means that it affects our story. So here is the same shot color graded 4 different ways. And each of these looks makes people generally feel a different way. This upper left kind of colder look might feel a little bit more sad, a little more dramatic, like something bad's going to happen. Really kind of punches the thought that she's worried. Things kind of feel cold, unfriendly, and that's generally how a bluer looking image kind of translates. This warm, more kind of low contrast look is a lot more friendly. You'd expect this to be a little bit of a happier movie, feels a little bit more cozy, like they might sit down and have a family dinner, even though it's the exact same shot, it's just with different colors. This really high contrast desaturated look almost looks like a memory or something. Looks kind of like an old photograph or a dream or something like that, because things don't really look like this in real life. So it's a highly stylized look that really kind of signals to the viewer that things aren't normal right now. And this third look kind of has these green undertones, which just feels a little bit uncomfortable. And so there's kind of this uneasiness to this image that you don't really get with the other color choices. So these are 4 different emotions that we can put into our story just using color. And the one that you pick for your project is going to determine on a couple factors. 1, what emotion do you want the viewer to feel? Is this a scene that we want to feel cold and sad, or green and unnatural, or a little bit more light and cozy? Is this a flashback sequence? Really important questions to ask before you just start slapping on colors that look cool. The other thing is, how is the lighting and production design? Because not all of these looks work super well just because of the way that the lighting was designed. This one right here, we put a lot of style in, but it wasn't really shot with a whole lot of style. It was shot with a lot of light. It was kind of designed for a look that's a little bit closer to this top one. And so that's why this upper right one works so well, is because it kind of agrees with the production design. This is a huge mistake that beginning filmmakers make, is they don't worry about the lighting or how anything works on set. They just assume that they can fix everything in color correction. And that's often not the case in post. You have to kind of think about things throughout the entire process in order to get a really good result. But we do have the freedom in color to invoke certain emotions.